You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Welcome to the B Show. I'm your host, Deborah Voltaire Coulange, Feminist SF. And today is a crazy day for Deborah Voltaire Coulange and in the household. But let me start off by saying hello. And I did something wild, kind of wild this week. It made me feel like I was back to being in my teen years when I used to like do the crazy stuff that my mom would be like, why? This week I got 2 new tattoos. I am now at officially number 12. I think I only have like 3 more left in me because I like to put them in places that you don't really see and that could be hidden. So if you know any places where you can hide tattoos besides on your butt, let me know. I got one in honor of my grandmother. Oh my God, if my mom is watching this, she's gonna freak out, but isn't it so nice? Nice. And then I got another one in honor of this man that I'm married to. It means that our marriage and my husband will always be in my heart. In my oh, sorry. My bad. It kind of means that too, right? When you're married. In my heart, in my soul, and in my mind. That is so funny. Hopefully this is not my last time on the B Show. OMG. Anywho, like I said, it's been a crazy, crazy day, but with God and family and friends, we'll get through this. In 2 more days, we're celebrating the memorial of my grandmother. So I cannot wait to do that with my friends, well, just family, with my family and to drink my butt off, right? Yeah. So there's so much that I want to talk about, but unfortunately I'm being pressed for time today because it seems like everyone has their things to do. So I will make this really quick. So last week on the show, if you watched and if you didn't, how dare you? I was having a sports conversation with someone. We won't let him know his name. But to the people watching, it got a little heated, or maybe I didn't get heated enough for everyone, and I was on the smoking gun. No, I always say smoking guns, but it's wrong. Please don't be mad at me, Greg and Steph and Declan. I'm giving your show a shout out. It would be great if I knew exactly how to say it, right? Declan is watching. Please comment below and let me know. It's a smoking mirrors. Ding, 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 ding. So I was briefly on the show Smoking Mirrors, and they just kind of talked to me like how do I help my composure and all this stuff. And I continued to have this conversation with this person, and it just was not going in the direction that I wanted. And I refused to be the angry Black woman. Even after we did like an after conversation talk, just him and I. And also to educate myself, I really wanted to talk to my cousin who was a cop in NYPD, and he was also in the Army. So I kind of wanted to get his insight on everything. I mean, it would be great if I could have him on the show. Let's see on this weekend when I see him, I could try to do what I need to do. But I think that's a very needed conversation because I was very educated from my cousin, some of the things that we believe that should happen, or things like in NYPD, like why y'all not doing this or that. And he kind of told me some things, and I know hearing it from other people, I mean, if other people hear what he has to say, he may get a little criticism. I mean, he is my cousin and a cop, so I listened to what he had to say, also out of respect and love. I didn't agree on everything that he said, but like I said, it was a little insight of things that we don't know. So I'm going to see if I could definitely get him on my show to see if we can have like an open forum. I would love to have like an open forum where people could just come in and ask some questions that we may want to know. So that being said, let me do a little quick intro for today's guest from the B Show. We are going to be talking to Jonathan. He is a friend of mine that I went to high school with and has blown up and is living the dream, people. You see how clear my face is today? Anyway, he's living the dream. And he's a stylist, and styling has opened the doors for him to be an actor. He has a podcast and he has a webpage. And it also doesn't hurt that he has, good looks. But we're not going to let him know that because we don't want that to go to his head. And then we're going to do our usual sports talk with Ray Jarvis. Now, it's kind of weird that I'm going to have him on my show because I recall that I helped my husband come up with like a shirt to bash him. But, it's all love in love and basketball, as they say. So let's introduce Jonathan. It's so hard because I know him as John, but I want to he's a man. So let's call him Jonathan and let's let him in. And do I sound nasally? I feel like I'm so congested. Like, that was gross. But nothing's worse than my middle finger, right? So let's introduce him, please. Hello, welcome to the B Show.
What's the word? How you feeling?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Everything's great.
Right. This person, first, can I say whoever is talking? I don't even know who this is. This is what happened when money starts talking to you.
Yo,
because the John I know was not this. What up, yo?
Yo, stop playing, yo. Please, don't do that, please.
Okay. When your money long, your voice changes. I feel you. The swag is different.
Nah, man, I'm the same guy. I'm the same guy from, how long has it been?
Well, I don't need to give my age. It's been like 2 years since we graduated.
Oh, that's all. Okay. I roll with that with you.
Just a super senior. No, my mom would have killed me. But how are you?
Everything is great. Everything is going well, man. Just grinding, staying out the way. That's all.
Okay, for those who may not know you and like who the heck is this pretty boy on my screen, let them know briefly who you are and what you are about and what you do.
Who am I and who am I? What am I about? I'm a stylist. I'm a stylist. Pretty much a jack of all trades, but my main work is styling and I'm acting as well. So
you're so modest, so different than me. I'm like, I put clothes on for your dirty hoes. No, I'm just kidding. So how long have you been a stylist? A fashion stylist, because I actually found out there's two.
Yeah. About 2 years. In the beginning of the pandemic, I started my lifestyle company. So, yeah.
Pandemic has helped some people in many ways.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, it's like a flip, right? It's like good days and bad days because
right.
Yeah. And I always say, like, we all have 24 hours in the day. It's what you make of it.
100%. I think it was personally, like, I lost people that I knew for a while. So it was like, it was weird. It was two ends of the spectrums. You know what I'm saying? Business was very good, but personally, it was kind of tough,
Why did you want to become a stylist?
Well, it's crazy how things work out because God just works the way he works. So I've always liked to put things together personally. So just posting and doing things and traveling and just being who I was, people just started hitting me up about, yo, where'd you get this from? How'd you put that together? Like, did you tell me how to do that? And what I've always been good at was putting things together and it not being too expensive. It's always been like I put things together.
Highs and lows.
Right, with a budget. So that's kind of the thing. That's what separated me from a lot of stylists,
And also, with styling, if people start seeing like what you're wearing, do you get maybe like clothings that send you free stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. As I continue to grow in the business, I get a lot more opportunities with that. So I'm excited about that.
I was friends with the wrong people in high school. This is not where it's at. What's your styling process?
What I've been doing, sorry, it's a little hot in here.
It's very hot.
I was trying to keep the AC off, so.
Me too, bro. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. We're going to get through it, though.
Okay.
My process, I take chances with a lot of people, but what I do is I try to take my style, my chance-taking ability, and study what they do, and I try to mix that together.
Have you ever
I'll tell
had a
you this.
client? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I tell you this. There's some people that don't. I have to force them into things.
That's what I
You know
wanted
what I'm
to know.
saying?
Have you ever met someone who's just like, nah, B, but then when they put it on, they're like, oh wow, and you have to be like,
Absolutely.
this is
And
what I
that
do.
actually, yeah, it actually works a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
It happens a lot more than you think.
What is if you could tell us, do you style females as well or just men?
I do.
So who
So,
do you think is harder, men to style or female? Like not to get their clothes, but to be like, all right, I'm okay with this outfit.
women by far.
What?
By far, Deb, like by far. Like, it's bad. And it's still new for me, right? Like it's fun because it's a challenge. Like I could do men in my sleep, like that's easy for me.
Yeah.
Women, they got to do corsets and body shape. It's all kinds of like
yes.
different
You ain't
world.
gonna have us out like that. Yes.
Right. It's just how it is. So yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I know because I follow you on Instagram and because my husband is a huge basketball fan, but you are very good friends with Danny Green.
Right.
Do you style him?
Right. I do. So yeah, so what I've been doing
super tall, so that's a challenge, right?
Yeah, he's not very hard though. Like he's actually one of my easier people of style, right? And I don't do it as much as I could with him. That's my brother, so whenever we can, we work together, right? But what I wanted to do was, this is gonna not sound bad, but there's opportunity for me to do more styling for him, but I wanted to continue to build my brand and not just depend on my friend to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, we definitely do some work together though.
Wow, that's good. I would use it. Very good. What would you say is like a perk of being a stylist? Besides like maybe getting clothes sent to you for other people to wear and try on.
Just the perk to me personally is just being able to put my stamp on people. That's major for me. Like, it's just so different to see my style on people. That's major for me. So that's the biggest perk for me. Because free clothes is cool. I can buy my own clothes. No offense, but it's just to see my clothes on people is a beautiful feel for me.
How do you deal with criticism? Like if someone doesn't like you said a female. So if you meet a female and she's like, nope, I don't like it. I don't want it. Get me something else, or you could be gone for the day.
You know what? What I've done, especially lately, and actually learning the business a little bit, I don't really get to that point because I do a lot of due diligence beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Like I've learned to be better fitting and structuring, you know what I'm saying? So I'm able to be like, all right, cool. If the shoot is Monday, I'm gonna make sure I'm have with some looks by Friday so I can return it. You know what I'm saying? So I never really get to,
Yeah.
So that's a lot.
How do you deal with the stress of trying to get everything like during this pandemic? Because a lot of things were shut down. It was hard.
Tough. Very, very, very hard. It was very, very hard. I was doing things you can't go in and try anything on. Especially early on, there was a bunch of problems with deliveries, and it was just a lot. It was a ton. But I kind of built like a relationship with ASOS. ASOS was actually one of the best sites and people to work with because it was actually a better, or not one of the most reliable.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah. So for someone who's on like a budget, what would you recommend like is the best clothing brand or boutique or like ASOS or Boohoo? Like what are some of the sites that they can go?
Yeah. Well, you just said my two favorite spots. I'm very, 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 very big on ASOS and Boohoo. And like I said,
me too. I love especially Boohoo because especially in the world that we are in, especially you, it's like you wear one outfit and then you can't wear that again for a minute.
Exactly.
So why spend like all that money on something that you can't wear for a bit? And their clothes I think are very good.
100%. Like you said, I mean, even you don't even have to be a stylist for that. Like, we're just in the era where how many times can you wear an outfit if you take a picture in it? Right. That's pretty much it. So,
and if you especially deal with people who have things to do, they don't have time to sit down to be like, what am I going to wear tomorrow, next week, or so. Like, that's what they want. Someone to pick out the clothes who knows them and just has the outfit ready to go.
Exactly.
So also, now that you are a stylist, I see that you wear multiple hats. You started out with a podcast, and then very good for you. Are you still doing your podcast?
Yeah, season 2 is coming soon. My partner moved to LA, so we're working out. What'd you say?
I said I'm available if you ever need a guest. That's all I'm saying.
What'd you say?
I said I'm available if you ever need a guest.
No, I got you. We can do that 100%. But yeah, my partner moved out of town, so we're figuring that out now. But next few weeks we'll be back up and running.
And your podcast is on Apple, right?
It is.
How the heck did you get that?
To be honest with you, that's his thing, man. That's his thing. He does that kind of work. I don't.
Yeah.
I like to get up there and talk my stuff, but he does the marketing and all that, so that's his field.
That's super dope. So not only do you do styling, now podcasts, but you're also actor. And I saw you were doing a little acting with Joe Budden's ex-girlfriend there, Tahiri.
Yeah.
How's that?
I love acting.
What do you like more, acting, being a host or co-host, or styling?
I like, at this point, styling that's just in me. That's a natural thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I like a challenge, and acting is such a challenge. I learned a lot acting, and the respect that I have for people that act is when you do it, it seems easy. It's not easy at all. So,
for someone who would like to become an actor, what would you say is the first thing they need to do?
They really should go to class. The biggest challenge is being somebody else for a day. That was huge for me. Like, it sounds easy, right? It's all being somebody else.
To get in that role and that vibe of.
It's so tough. It's very, very tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. First thing you have.
Remembering your lines.
Tough as well. Very tough as well. But yeah, class shows you how to remember certain things. So that's the biggest thing. You got to get to class, find a good teacher, and really study the game.
What was the biggest thing you purchased with your first income from acting or styling?
My biggest thing that I purchased from styling was I got a wallet, a very dope wallet. That was a big thing for me.
That's not bad.
A grown-up purchase. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm still climbing up in the business. So there's bigger things. I got a really big shoot coming up soon. It's a good payday, so I'll step out.
With who?
Yeah.
With who? If you could tell us.
Oh, not yet. We gotta sign a contract on Sunday. So
got it.
Right. Fingers crossed.
Well, fingers crossed, brother. And if you get it, anytime you want to take me out. Thank you. I don't know why you keep laughing. I'm saying facts here. I'm trying to move up in this world, whether it's the freeload or not.
Listen, it all works though.
You just mean something oh my gosh, she's so funny. She should come around more. Comic relief. Bing, bing, bada, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're on the same page. We linked back up. We're good now. Trust me.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. What's harder for you? And I don't know if you have a crying scene or a making out scene or what you witness. What do you think looks harder? I think making out. People don't know because it's everything has to be timed, right? The best lighting. If you're sweating, they're gonna be cut. You're sweating too much.
Right. I don't really have a problem with making out. I don't think it's very hard.
I don't think you would, but
don't say that. Don't. Crying is pretty hard. That's tough to do. Just cry on the drop of a hat. That's tough.
Yeah, unless you gotta think of something like so sad, right?
Right. Right.
I know when we talked earlier, you told me you have like a group of guys that you have like you
Yeah.
have a team.
Right.
And I think
Right.
everyone, even if you do things by yourself behind the scenes, you always need a team.
Right.
Right. And I bet your team pushes you because like I said, I follow you on Instagram. I'd be like, oh shoot. And some of them are like the same people that I see you guys travel with. So
Yeah.
what are some like things that maybe you learned from them or like you taught them that you think will be beneficial for anyone who wants to step into like what you're doing?
Loyalty. Loyalty is very big. I would never for anything. I know everything is business, right? We try to keep it business. So let's come to an agreement on contracts or whatever we're doing, which we have lawyers involved. So we kind of try to keep that out of the mix, right? And
Yeah.
still be friends. I think that's the biggest thing. So, but these are my brothers though, and we build a really good rapport where everybody's winning together. There's no jealousy. Everybody's winning together. So
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing.
What is the hardest thing that maybe like Danny Green or someone else you met who's kind of up there told you, but you didn't believe them, and now you're like, oh, this is what they told me about?
Saying no. Saying no is very, very hard.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to like become something and learn the traits.
Right. And saying no because you don't want to stretch yourself too thin, and you want to do everything, so you go on a mile a minute. You know what I'm saying? But saying no has been the biggest thing, the hardest thing to do.
I had to learn that being in the sales department. You want to
Right.
please all your clients.
Yep.
I've been working since 7 a.m., bro. There's a limit. Yeah. But what is one of the biggest perks that no one told you about? And you're like, oh, baby. Besides flying in a private jet, I told you, I be all up on your page, bro. Go ahead. Being in Dubai, being in the pool. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that I think just seeing stuff, just seeing everything, that's the biggest perk, I believe. Like not even a private jet. Private jet's cool, whatever. And though, like that sounds like for real. Just seeing things. I want to see everything.
Okay, be for real though. Your first time on the PJ.
Oh,
you
no,
were like, oh shoot, pass the champagne.
I am not gonna hold you up. Like that, it was huge, major.
Yeah.
Just to do it. But I it's cool now that you did it once or twice. Now it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But just being able to see, I want to see the world. I want to see everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
Yeah.
So if I could go, I've literally been home 2-3 weeks the whole year. You know what I'm saying? And that's just seeing things and getting paid to go see things. I could work and go see and travel the world. That's amazing.
Right. And you said you come home often. You still live in Queens?
Yeah, I'm in Forest Hills.
Do you ever see yourself moving to LA?
Nah, hell no.
Wow.
I'm cool.
What's the difference of LA and New York that you wouldn't move?
It's the feel, the vibe, the energies.
Yeah, the corner store being open.
Yeah, it's not authentic. It's so, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's just not authentic to me.
Yeah, and the people are different, right?
Yeah, and there's a bunch of implants. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Copies.
Right, so.
Yeah, you need that Brooklyn girls.
I need that gritty. I need that mix.
Yeah. If you could style, or okay, we'll do two. If you could style any celebrity, who would it be and why?
If I could style any, at this point, and this is lately, but like I don't even know. I forgot his name. But you watch Snowfall? You know Snowfall?
I'm the only Black person in the world who does not watch Snowfall.
Could you stop that? You need to shut up. Please don't do that.
Everyone lately is like, yo, you watch Snowfall? And my coworker was like, I think I'm gonna have to take your card away from you, son.
Gotta watch it. Have to.
Okay.
But there's the main character.
Wait. So let me ask you a question, because you watch Snowfall. I don't. What is better, Snowfall or Power?
Snowfall, easily.
Wow. Okay. I got it.
I'm a big fan of that too, but the writing of Snowfall, out of this world.
Okay. So I think I have something to do this weekend to binge watch.
Exactly. See?
Okay, so I may not know who you're talking about, but other people who are watching do. So you would
Yeah.
like to,
Franklin. I would love to style Franklin. He has good energy. He's like, it's weird. He reminds me of like a younger Denzel. He got that feel to him. He's very good.
I definitely gotta watch it because I love me.
Very good.
Like his son, David.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Somewhat. I think he blows Denzel's son out the water. The kid is very good.
Shoot. Okay.
Very good. Yeah.
I gotta watch this. Who is one person if you can act with? Who would it be? Male or female?
Male or female? Yo, Leonardo.
Really?
He's the GOAT. The GOAT. Like,
wow.
I don't even think it's close. I think he's the GOAT by far.
And it took a long time for him to get recognition for his acting. I have to say that.
He's very, very good.
Like having a dead animal lay on him for them to be like, yo, give this man an Oscar.
Right.
Yeah, and that was a real animal.
A corpse. Right.
Yeah, they literally
like, if you're gonna lay under a corpse, right. He deserved it though. He deserved it. Very good.
Very, very good actor, indeed, and he loves the young ladies.
Right.
If you have anything else you would like to add, please let us know. Promote yourself.
Promote myself. What do I want to promote? I just want to say I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for even you giving me the opportunity to come on here and, pop some stuff with you and
problem. I'm thankful.
Yeah, of course. And bounce some ideas and talk to you about some things. It's been a while. I appreciate you. What else?
Appreciate me by putting me on the private chat.
That's coming too. I got you. Like I said, we're gonna talk. We're back. We're back. We're good. We are good.
But we were never. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. That's the second time you said we are back. Okay, I didn't.
You know what I'm saying though. Like, but real talk though. Just look out for me. What I'm doing. We have a film coming out end of the year.
And you were in a film.
I was in a film. I styled the movie as well. Film's coming out. We're doing some festivals. There's a lot going on. So just look out for that. And look out for my lifestyle company. It's called The Agency. That's it.
Well, I'm very proud of you. There's nothing better than seeing a Black person make it far in life, but even better when it's a Black man, because you know what's going on in the world today.
100%.
And if you ever need an extra, I'm just saying I'm here. I'm pimping myself out. Yes, I am. But for real, I'm very proud of you. Even though we were here and now we here, I support you from afar.
Thank you. Really.
Trust me. I literally be like, yo, do you see John this or that and that? And so I'm very proud of you.
I really appreciate you.
Minus all the extra perks of being friends with Dan Green, like what you've done on your own. It's a very good. And like you said, you still live in New York and keep your, your roots and know where you came from. That's very important.
Right. Exactly. I appreciate you for real. Thank you.
No problem. You got to give people their flowers while they're here.
Right. I'm proud of you as well. Really.
Oh, I was waiting.
Really.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm proud of you for real. I'm really proud of you as well.
Of course, while you're praising me, it's Frozen. Of course.
No, you're good.
Okay, go ahead, repeat yourself, just in case nobody heard.
Repeat myself. Nah, I'm really proud of you though. Really though. Keep going. Let's keep going up. It's our time to go.
Yes, thank you so much. If you need anything, let me know. Ladies and gentlemen, this is John, aka Jonathan. He be styling, he's acting, and he's a podcast, and he is gonna make it. So tune out for him. And give them your handler.
Oh, at same thing. K Stallone is at KSTYLON. K Stallone.
Heard? All right, brother. Take care.
Dave. Peace.
Bye. And that was that. Did anyone like that interview? I just think it's so cool, when you make your craft into a hobby and then you make your hobby into a lifestyle. So, oh shoot, Courtney Major is watching. What? Hi, Courtney. She never watches my show because I would know because I could see it on the bottom. I mean, she live. I'm not going to call nobody out like that. I'm just saying live because some of y'all watch the replay, which I appreciate. Yeah, so that was so cool to have him on the show and all the things that he has done. Like I said, please check him out on the face of the book. And we are going to jump right into our sports talk with Ray Jarvis. Like I said, everybody has things to do today. You know, these men telling a girl what to do, but feminists, we're doing what we need to do. So let's bring him into the room. His name says Jarv TGA. I was going to say something, but I don't want to get in trouble after giving the middle finger. Are we in a locker room? Are we going to get like basketball players come out?
No, we're not.
I got excited. Cheerleaders?
No, this is just at work.
I thought something big was about like basketball players, cheerleaders, and drumline.
No.
Nick Cannon come out real
soon. Just some boring adults.
Oh, all right. No one likes that. Well, let me not say that before I get in trouble for saying something else. Well, thank you. Welcome to the B Show.
Thank you for having me.
I know you've been waiting, but I wasn't sure because, like I said, you know, it was a little while ago. I was helping Carl make a shirt for you, so I wasn't sure like what side I was what role I was supposed to play.
So you were the one responsible for the canceled Jarvis shirt?
Yes, sir. In the ghetto 5 minutes that Carl pressured me to make it. Yes.
Wow.
And I helped him with his first promo. The second one, I want no credit for it because that one was really bad.
Which one? The one where he dropped the mic?
Yeah.
Jeez, that was terrible.
Because he won the first one.
He didn't, but okay.
We can disconnect this show. You know that rule, right? You can talk bad about Carl, but it can't be. But I will say, when I was like, what's going on? He was like, oh, it's just fun. It's fun. I'm like, all right. You guys sound like it was a little heated, but.
You know, Carl's a Celtic fan. So, you know.
Listen, Carl kicked me out of his house when the Celtics lost.
I heard that story.
Yeah.
Game 7 against my Lakers. I remember.
So thank you so much for being on my show, like I said. So we're going to talk quickly about sports. I don't know if you know, but I know nothing and everything about sports. What we're not going to do this week is talk about LeBron James to get people's panties in a bunch. Well, we are, but like not that intense.
Well, I mean, you can ask me anything. I'm not afraid to talk about it, you know. So if you feel like getting into it, we could get into it.
Well, not me. I felt like, I don't know if you saw my show last week. Probably didn't. I felt like, you did?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so humbled.
I feel attacked.
I take it back. I attack first, and then first I'm sweet, then I'm sour. Or no, first I'm sour, then I'm sweet. Okay. I felt like a lot of people were like, yo, why didn't you come harder on him? Or like, wow, good for you because you really kept your cool. But I talked to him the next day for like 8 hours. And I was like, all right, we need to stop now because I can't anymore. But one thing that I learned is if somebody's set in their ways, there's nothing you can really say to change their mind.
Right.
So you're just wasting your time and their time. You know, like you just know where that person lays and they'll never be invited to the barbecue.
The problem is when the person's set in their ways, but they don't know what that said way is, they're in denial. But I digress.
Yes. And it's also like Carl told me when someone reaches a certain age, it's hard to change their mind. And I disagree.
True.
I disagree. Because if we saw what happened with the protests, or even the riots, there were multiple colors of people there. You know what I'm saying? And then we even saw like a lot on TikTok, like kids who were talking to their own parents who believe the opposite of them. So you can change, but it's if you want to.
It's all about the want to.
Yes. And there's also Black people who feel the same way as he did. I want to make sure that is stated as well. Those people are coons. All right. Anyway, am I allowed to say that? Yo, I think I can get fired today. Today maybe
you
my
said
last
what you
day.
said.
Enjoy my face, and maybe the last time I gave the middle finger by accident. I just said something else, and then when I saw your name TGA, I thought of something else, and I was like, "Oh, stop it!" Because I'll just say I thought of like upper body part of a woman and the body part, and then I was gonna say it, and then I was like, Carl will literally bust in here like, "Stop it."
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, let's discuss, because I know we all have things to do today. Let's discuss MVP Rodgers is frustrated with the Green Bay Packers, and he's thinking about leaving. What do you think about that? And where would he go? Even though
he's been a little upset with Green Bay for, I would say, the last 3 years or so. But in the last year, his team drafted a player at his position, basically almost a year ago today. So that got him in his feelings into a space where he felt underappreciated. He feels like he doesn't have the requisite teammates to play next to him. So I guess this year, because he is a very petty individual, he waited until draft day this year to tell the team, you know what? I don't want to play here anymore. Get me out of here. And I think that from what I just read, maybe like 20 minutes ago, the teams that are on his imaginary list, I saw the Raiders, I saw the 49ers, and I believe I saw the Broncos. I'm not sure for the Broncos, but I know I saw Raiders and 49ers. As a Giants fan, I don't want to see him on the 49ers. If he goes to the 49ers, they're going to go 15-1. They're going straight to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they're going to win, but they're going to the Super Bowl. I'd like to see him go to the AFC, go to the Raiders, deal with Patrick Mahomes, and I don't have to worry about that.
So for your sake, you don't want him to go to the 49ers because you know for sure they will make it to the Super Bowl.
They're going to go to the Super Bowl at least 3 out of the next 4 years if he's the quarterback.
And what if he said he wanted to come to the Giants? Then you would be okay.
Oh, I'm all aboard. Yeah. I will pick him up at the airport right away. Let me get your bags, Aaron.
Got you. That's funny. I never heard anyone say like, don't go on this team because you definitely would win. But if he went on the Raiders, you're saying you don't think they would make it?
It's less likely if he goes to the Raiders. If he goes to the 49ers, they're going to the Super Bowl. The end.
Well, maybe that's what he's trying to do. That's his point.
Yeah, well, I'm a hater. I don't know if you know that. Like if you're not on my team and you're too close to my team, I automatically have to hate. That's just how this goes.
Wow. That's shady.
He's
done a lot for Green Bay Packers. Don't you think he deserves to go on a winning team?
What is deserves? I don't know what that means. You play for the Packers. That's your team.
Okay, well, if he went on the Giants, do you think they would go to the Super Bowl?
Absolutely. No. Not the Super Bowl, but we'd be in the playoffs.
Okay.
Win some games, and we might get to a Super Bowl as opposed to what we're doing right now, which is losing.
But if he went to the 49ers, they would definitely get.
Guarantee it.
Why is that?
Because the 49ers have a lot of talent, as it is with their roster. They won the Super Bowl a year ago, and they did it with a quarterback who's average at best. So now you bring back a lot of that talent. They have one of the best coaches, the best play designers in the league on offense, and you add an all-world quarterback, one of the greatest ever, to that mix. That's like adding LeBron to any situation in basketball. Imagine like if you added LeBron to Golden State when Golden State was really good. That's what it would be like getting Aaron Rodgers to go to San Fran right now.
Right. Or like adding LeBron to the Nets right now. Fire.
Yeah, I'd be cheating. Yeah, pretty much.
How is that cheating?
LeBron on the Nets right now, that's the Olympic team. They might as well go overseas.
But what if like that's just like the coach and the team being smart? So like if Rodgers goes, that's him being smart and the team being smart.
Well, yeah.
And we know this is a guaranteed win.
That's what he's trying to do. If you think about what happened with Tom Brady picked this spot. He knew the talent that was there. He won a championship. Aaron Rodgers wants to do the same thing. So as a sports fan, don't get me wrong, as a sports fan, I get it. He wants to go to San Francisco. There's a bunch of talent there. It's a great coach there. I'm tired of only having one ring. And they tell me I'm the best, but Tom Brady's winning all the championships. So let me go somewhere so I can get my chips up. I'm not mad at that. But if the Giants happen to be good, you mean to tell me I have to cheer against Aaron Rodgers and that team? I don't want anything to do with that. Go to Oakland. Not Oakland, Las Vegas. Pardon me.
It's right. I didn't know the difference anyway. Now we're going to move on to a little baseball. Red Sox are killing it right now. I don't know if it's because LeBron has his stake. Everything he touches turns gold. That's what they say. Are you not a LeBron James fan?
I'm a Laker fan who tolerates LeBron James.
Oh, wow. I used to be a LeBron James fan until he left Miami. So now I don't want to see him. Don't care for him, and I don't want anything good to happen to him. So
he was just a fling. You got to let it go.
You let it go. You let it go. You're the one who doesn't even want to see Rodgers win.
Hey, listen. He went to Miami. You got 2 chips. Be thankful. 2 championships, 4 finals. He beat the Celtics like 3 times.
I don't care for the Celtics. They suck. They like the minute that they had Big Baby, what was his name? Big Baby or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, this team is horrible. There's nothing no one could do.
Oh no.
For me and Rondo.
Oh, no. How do you live there with this slander?
Rondo looks like an alien. Next. Don't like him at all. And I didn't like Paul Pierce. So I don't care that he beat the Celtics. Talk to me about another team.
Okay, so the Red Sox.
Yes. So the Red Sox are killing it in baseball world. And like I said, because LeBron, anything he touches, they say turns into gold. Who do you think it's going to be? Do you watch baseball?
Yes.
Okay, who do you think is going to make, what is it, the playoffs, the series, the championships?
The playoffs and then the World Series.
There you go.
Baseball is so tricky.
Baseball is the only sport that I think is the most boring of all sports. I'm sorry.
It can be. I won't lie to you, but baseball is definitely, if you're a casual sports fan, I would not, and I'm telling you, come watch sports, I would not direct you to watch baseball. I'd even tell you to watch hockey before you watch the baseball, because that's not a sport that you could just get into. But in the playoffs, it's very intense. It's some of the best TV you can get.
I think it's better live.
Yes, absolutely better live. But as far as baseball goes, it's so random. There's so many games you have to play. It's 162 regular season games. And then within that, teams that are supposed to be good, they end up swooning for so long that a team that's supposed to win like 90 games can mess around and win 80 or 81 and miss the playoffs because it's so long. And once you get in your feelings, you go on these long, draining loser streaks, and it ends everything. There's only one team in baseball right now. Yeah, well, there you go. Right now, the Dodgers are the only guarantee in baseball right now. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of talent. They're the best built organization in the sport.
Team now?
Nah, he went to A-Rod. Well, he was trying to buy the Mets. He ended up buying the Timberwolves in basketball. So A-Rod, he's out of baseball completely. But the Magic Johnson is a part owner of that team, as a matter of fact.
Of the Dodgers?
Yes.
All right, Education 101. Okay.
There you go.
So you think it may be Dodgers and Red Sox?
I don't know about the Red Sox just yet. This is, to me, it's April, and the Red Sox are a cool story. But I really believe that the Yankees, I'm not a fan, but I believe the Yankees are going to figure it out. I think if the Red Sox can find a way to keep hitting the way they're hitting right now, they can stick around throughout the season. But I think the Yankees are going to figure it out, and we're going to hear from them by the end of the season.
Wow. Wouldn't that be great for a Boston versus New York? Because those are like the two rival
It's always
teams.
good. It's good for business.
Exactly. I mean, Boston doesn't have anything else going for them, so at least they have baseball, right?
Pretty much, because the Celtics suck. So
obviously, this is like a bash on Celtics. I love
it.
Something we have in common. I hate that team. So wow, I didn't know that Magic Johnson is for Dodgers. That makes sense.
Yeah, LA, right?
So you think Yankees? I'm very surprised. I don't even know the last time I even thought of Yankees playing in any series.
Well, I'd like my Mets to be in it, but I know better, so I'm just going to wait and see with the Mets. But I think the Dodgers are going to be there. I think in the National League, the Padres.
Where do you live? Where's your location?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Mets.
Yeah.
That's more.
Blame my grandmother. She came to the country in the 80s. The Mets were good. Then I adopted the Mets because of her.
You could change your mind.
Nah, it's too late. It's over for me. I'll let my future kids
Mets
choose.
Team that anyone talks about.
Hey! Listen, I love the Mets, but I know that they're not that good. Don't slander my team now, okay?
Right. Oh, okay. Only Carl. Got it. All right, got it. Understand. But you still didn't answer the question: who's on the Mets team that's good?
You have Francisco Lindor, you have Michael Conforto, you have guys like that who are pretty good. Peter Alonso.
You name 2 people.
Baseball don't have that many stars now. Come on now.
I know, but they should at least have 3. You only named 2.
I said Conforto, Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor. Those are our mainstays. You have Jeff McNeil. He should be better than what he is right now. But and Jacob deGrom, he's the best pitcher in baseball. He just happens to pitch for the Mets. Tough luck.
Maybe they need to go to the Red Sox.
No.
Red Sox is winning right now.
I just need to see the Mets win 1 championship and I can die happy. I've been saying that for a long time.
I was going to say, I don't know how old you are, bro, but I'm 35 and I don't ever recall people saying like, yeah, the Mets have it.
Listen, I just need one. I could be 85. Just give me one.
Unfortunately. So what's your favorite basketball team?
I'm a Laker fan.
Oh yes, you did say that, but you don't have anything for LeBron. So when they won the last championship, you weren't like, oh, he helped us. Like this was.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. When I was a LeBron hater his whole career, but the minute he signed with the Lakers, the first thing I said was, I don't like him, but he's ours now. If you're a Laker, your gang, we appreciate you. I don't gotta love you. I don't gotta live and die with what you do, but I appreciate your talents while you wear the uniform. The minute he leaves the Lakers, it's back to him being an op. He'll be
okay, so how would you feel if he got the Lakers? How many rings did we get from him now?
Yeah, Miami got 2. We got 1 from him.
Okay, so say this year we get another one, and then he's like, I'm good. I'm going now to Golden State. You wouldn't feel a certain way like I do?
No. Bye, Bron. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your contribution to the organization. It's been real.
Maybe because he didn't do like a whole freaking, I'm taking my talents.
Yeah, he did it real subtle. No press conference, no nothing. Just went to the Lakers.
Yeah, but I'm saying maybe if he did that for you guys and then left, you would feel the same way I do.
No.
Been abused.
I think what happened with Miami was that was his first move going from Cleveland to Miami. And most of us thought he would stay in Miami. But then he left and went to Cleveland. Then he left Cleveland again and went to LA. So LeBron leaving to me is not a big deal anymore. It's regular. All right, I'm here now. Now I'm out.
Yeah.
But I think he's trying to stay in Los Angeles long term. He's agreed to, I think, up to 5 years already. So I think he might want to pack it up with the Lakers.
So I guess he was like testing the other teams like an F-boy, and then Lakers just won for him and changed his life.
He was a bachelor. He dated around. He fell in love a little bit, and now he found wifey, allegedly.
I also think LA's because it's like closer to the entertainment, the stars, what he's trying to do in the business world, entertainment world.
You mean the movie that no one asked for, Space Jam 2? Yeah, that.
Yes,
okay.
And now I heard that he's trying to remake House Party.
Another movie we didn't ask for. Okay.
Not at all. Well, those are both Carl's jams, so he's super excited. Speaking of LeBron, so he was called a big baby at his last game and was being heckled. And he instead of getting upset, he kind of was like, yeah, whatever you want to call me, and started doing, the baby, like, wah, wah, wah. You think, since you're a Lakers fan, do you think he's a big baby? I heard that's like, he always thinks he deserves it all and all this thing. Do you think so? And speak from a Lakers fan, not a LeBron person.
Well, I don't think LeBron is a baby. I think LeBron just knows how the game is played. LeBron is a master of the game. He knows how to get what he wants. And when you're an NBA superstar, you know that the referees have to cater to you. You know that the media has to cater to you. So he does what's necessary to make sure that he's catered to. If it means flopping, if it means whining to the referees, he knows how to work the system. A lot of sports fans forget that your favorite athlete is also a human being with emotions and feelings, and they do things to manipulate said emotions and feelings. That's all LeBron is doing. He knows that we're watching. He knows that some people hate what he does. And part of it is he's a troll. So he's going to do it a little bit just to piss off the fans and get what he wants, which is ultimately wins and championships. That's all.
And his name is in like the news every week. So
there you go.
Like he rather bad press than no press. That's how I feel.
That part.
Yeah.
That part right there. If LeBron sneezes, it's news, okay? So he knows what he's doing. I
agree. Maybe. I was going to say something, but I won't because I don't have confirmation yet. But I know someone in the Lakers team is cheating on their wife. Okay. I'm just saying, spoiler alert.
Hot take.
Yes. So I was reading up that the Knicks tried to get Michael Jordan on their team in 1995. Well, first, why do you think Michael Jordan said no?
Money. If I remember correctly, the Bulls offered more money. The Knicks threw the bag about $30 million, and I think the Bulls upped the bag by $1 million. So he went to the highest bidder, $31 million, to Chicago to stick around.
How crazy would have that been if he did say yes to the Knicks, though? Who would have he played with at that time? Patrick?
He would have been playing with Patrick Ewing, maybe John Starks, and a few other Knick legends from the 90s.
Yeah. Do you think he would still be the GOAT? if he did that, or it was a good look for him to stay at Chicago?
I think it was a great look to stay in Chicago because if he would have went to Bozo Nation, the stench of the
Bozo
Knicks would have.
Nation?
Yes.
They're killing it right now, though.
I don't know about that. But if he would have went there.
And you don't think that they're better than they ever been right now? Even I know that.
A broken clock is right twice a day. You know what I mean? So this is just part of the cycle. They'll, you know, it is what it is.
I think they're better than most teams right now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
This is the first time they've been good in 10 years. So I have nothing good to say about the organization. They're still in like 5th place for all this winning that they've done. They were so sorry at a certain point that they won 9 in a row and they didn't even sniff 2nd or 3rd place or even 4th place. They went from garbage to 5th place. Let's go Knicks. Hooray.
Yes, because like you just said, that's a big deal for Knicks fans. If after 10 years, this is how far they made it. That's a big deal. They never even been probably like top 15.
Yeah. I mean, the last time the Knicks were good, it was 2013, you know. Ask Knicks fans about the block in 2013. They'll get really upset. But to answer your Jordan question.
Like why Carmelo left? He got tired of trying to carry them?
Exactly. But Melo's a clown, though. He should have left 2 years before he got traded. But that, you know, but he wanted the money. He wanted to be a Knicks legend. And because of that, he had egg on his face. He should have left when he had the chance.
And where do you think he should have gone?
He could have went to Houston and played with James Harden. He could have went to Chicago and played with Derrick Rose. Hell, he could have played with Kobe at the end of Kobe's career. But he chose to stay with the Broadway Bozos. And now look.
And I thought Carmelo should have always played with Wade. I don't know.
Like, that
would have been, didn't they all get like drafted or something together? That would have been a dream team.
Yeah, he would have been he was
I told you I know something. I know some things.
Yeah,
don't sleep.
You know some things.
You know what I'm saying?
He was supposed to go to Miami, but then
exactly.
he said no.
It was supposed to be like LeBron, him, right?
And
Wade.
And, LeBron, Wade, and Melo, yeah.
And also CP, no?
I don't know about CP. I can't.
Because he's also like in the same class of them.
He came in the year after.
Same thing. You still friends with the person 1 year after.
The Banana Boat, I already know.
Exactly. So anyway, so you don't think that was a good move? You agree that Jordan should have stayed where he was?
Absolutely. He would have went to the Knicks and then he wouldn't have had 6 rings. The stench of that organization, it permeates through any person that touches it, okay? Jordan goes to the Knicks and the Knicks would have found a way to lose in the finals or lose in the conference finals because it's the Knicks. It's a tortured franchise. Jordan would have had 4 rings. He wouldn't have 6. He wouldn't be the GOAT just because he decided to put on that sorry-ass uniform. I'm sorry, Carl. It is what it is. The Knicks organization is sorry. I thank God every day that Jordan didn't go play for the Knicks.
But New York could have claimed Jordan. Like
they
that
would have ruined it
for New York.
If the Knicks were the Yankees of baseball, it would have been good. But the Knicks are the Mets of basketball. They find ways to lose. So Jordan would have went there and
all right, but then maybe Jordan, in order to win, Jordan would have to like come with his team. But like, all right, if I'm coming, you know, I'm doing my big 3 and I'm coming with Pippen and Robin.
You got to bring Pippen and Phil Jackson. Bring the coach too, huh?
Oh my God. Jackson probably would have went because at the end he started hating the GM. So you never know. All right, well, that's all that we have for today because everyone has things to do. Sports Hit List is going to do an NFL draft after this.
Yeah.
Who cares? But I have a question for you. Who do you think is going to be the 2 teams for the NBA championship? There's too many things. Why can't all the sports effing teams just all be called the same thing?
It's branding. You gotta have your own thing, you know.
Okay, go. Who do you think?
I've been saying this Lakers and Nets since last October. It's gonna be the Lakers and Nets.
Seems to be the tally of everyone.
LA versus New York, the 2 biggest markets in the country.
They're gonna have Tupac and Biggie somewhere come from the scenes. We're gonna be like, I thought y'all were dead. We were waiting this whole time. And they're gonna
Barclays Center's gonna be lit. Hove is gonna be in the crowd. Snoop is gonna be in the crowd. It's gonna be a star-studded affair.
Yes.
The Nets
and
are gonna
by
show.
then, people will be able to sit in the stadiums, mask on or not.
Right.
And this is gonna be a money maker showtime.
They're gonna show the Knicks how the finals looks in New York City. Huh?
Oh my God, Ziggy, Ziggy is my guy, and you are coming for him so hard right now.
Hey.
Pause. But Anthony said real men don't say pause. You're supposed to just let it flow.
And Anthony's
a Laker fan too.
That's my cousin, my Laker cousin right there. We slap box from time to time.
You almost had me fooled because I was like the hair and like you almost had me.
Nah, he'll tell you he and I are the same person. I'm just a little bit nicer than him.
You're nicer than Anthony?
Slightly nicer than Anthony.
Anthony is super nice.
Yeah.
He just likes to say things to get on your damn nerves, but
exactly. So he's times 10. I'm like times 8 with that.
Well, me and him have a friendship meter, and it just can never get to 100.
Well,
so that
because
means
that's Anthony.
Me and you would probably get to 100, but me and him
probably
we just can't see here because he'll say things to annoy me.
And he doesn't know when to stop. You see,
no,
there's no chill button.
Not at all. And the more he sees you're upset, the happier he gets.
Yes.
Petty Godfather. He has a diploma.
A diploma in petty?
Yes.
Oh, man.
But I have a bachelor's and a PhD.
There you go. I like it.
Well, thank you so much for coming. Are you going to be on the next little thing, the NFL draft?
Nah, the NFL team was coming up. I'm going to just watch them do their thing. Carl never lets me talk football. I'm almost offended at this point. Well, I'm going to see Carl soon. Don't worry.
Well, let the people know before you go. Well, who cares? Who's coming on the show for NFL anyway?
I don't know. Maybe corny Declan. I don't know.
Oh, poor Declan.
Mm.
He's not super corny.
He's a dipsy doodle,
A dipsy doodle? Those used to be the chips back in the day in Brooklyn, bro. Yo, forget it. You are so shady. Okay, let's see. Before you go, who else is going to be on it? So I can hear.
I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking maybe Travis will be on there. He's pretty good when he's not wrong. I think Andrew Vanich is going to be on there.
I don't know any of those people that you're talking about, so they don't matter.
Oh, okay.
Right? I don't know any of them.
Well, I don't know. Carl's going to surprise us in a few seconds.
He's going to look for his friends that he found last week.
Yeah, well, he should have me on the show, but it's cool, Carl. You got to come back to the gray area soon. We'll talk football on my show, huh?
Oh, well, that's what I was going to say. Tell us quickly about your podcast.
You have the gray area. It's a sports show. It's narrative free. Sometimes I upset people when I say things that they disagree with, but I don't care. I don't come to massage sensibilities. You can have your own opinion. If you're my guest, we can debate. We can do what you want to do. But the objective with the gray area is to talk facts from our point of view. I have the rap roundtable. The name is self-explanatory. I have my 4 bros. We get together. We talk about hip hop, the latest news in the culture. We'll talk if it's anything that's political that stems its way into hip hop. We'll talk about that too. We do album reviews. We interview new artists. We had Rome Streets on this year. We had Chills on this year. We have one of the producers from Big Pun's album Capital Punishment coming up real soon on the show. So we have a few things in motion with that. So the pod movement is growing episode slightly.
Love to see it. And if anytime you need a guest on your hip hop show, feel free to call me.
I mean, I heard you're tapped in, so we might need that perspective. We have my homegirl Jeray comes on. She brings that energy. So we need to have another female voice on the panel from time to time. So we'll make it happen.
I would love that.
Okay, let's do it.
Have your people call my people.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jarv TGA. And you know what the T and GA stand for.
Jesus.
That's why he got the lockers in the back there hiding. Talking about nobody's coming. Okay. Girl, move back. I can see you on screen. No, I'm just playing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the show today. This is the B Show. I was told I got to get off at 6:00 before they cut the lights out. And let's give a round of applause for my Black brother right here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to remove you quickly so I can give my 1 2-minute speech because Carl is literally right there. Like the repo man, yo. I don't owe you no money. Yes, Suge Knight right here, bro.
All in the video.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching the B Show today. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something. I hope you could step your style up and take care of each other. Be yourself. Always. Do you, be you, for you. Goodbye.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.